Well, we are glad that you're able to join us right here on the show. Her name is Shiksha Arora and mine is Samuel Njoroge.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Sam. Of course, we are going to be taking you through the top stories of the day. Remember to keep interacting with us on @K24 TV. That's where you're going to find us on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, you need to hashtag K24 Daily Brief so that we can get your messages and of course we can share them right here on the show. All
right, and shout out to the Ministry of Gender and Public Affairs. You reached out to that family in Nakuru that has children suffering from cerebral palsy.
Fantastic,
and they will be
indeed
getting the relevant attention that they deserve from government. So thank you so much. And we right here at K24 TV and the Daily Brief team, we are glad to have or to improve the quality of your lives in one way or another.
Definitely. And for now, we're going to be taking you through what's happening on the show today and what to expect on the news diary, where the top Cohen murder case returns to the courts this morning. Now, Cohen's widow, Sarah Wairimu, is expected to be officially charged with murder at the Milimani Law Courts, and Justice Stella Mutuku is also expected to rule on whether or not lawyer Philip Murgor can still continue representing Sarah in the case, given his links to the office of the DPP.
Elsewhere at the Kiambu Law Courts, a second suspect in the case, Peter Karanja, will be arraigned. Still at the courts, hearing continues today in a case where the Nubian community and rights groups have challenged implementation of the NIMI system. Yesterday, Interior Principal Secretary, that is Karanja Kifisho, took the stand where he defended the Huduma number registration process.
And today, ICTPS Jerome Ochieng will testify on the same at the Milimani Law Courts. Tea farmers will also know the 2019 bonus payments this morning. Kenya Tea Development Agency KTDA will hold a media briefing on the payments, which might, however, not be good in view of the slump in tea prices to their lowest in the last 5 years, where at least 615,000 smallholder farmers served by 69 factories are expecting bonuses for 2018-2019.
Now, British High Commissioner to Kenya, Her Excellency Jane Marriott, has this morning hosted a breakfast event to mark Kenya's first ever certified corporate green bond. The 5 billion Kenya shillings bond will fund affordable university housing. Among those who attended the breakfast was Governor of Central Bank of Kenya, Dr. Patrick Njoroge.
And the 2019 edition of the Nairobi International Trade Fair enters its 4th day today at the Jamhuri Park grounds. The event, which was officially opened by President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday, brings together both local and international exhibitors. Now, this year's fair, themed Promoting Innovation and Technology in Agriculture and Trade, comes to an end on Sunday.
Now, the Central Bank of Kenya has placed over 3,000 bank accounts under investigation after raising a red flag over their transactions during the just concluded demonetization of the old 1,000 shillings notes.
Now, Central Bank Governor Dr. Patrick Njoroge, who made the revelations, said several suspicious accounts have already been closed, with 15 banks being placed under close monitoring after close to 7.4 billion shillings failed to return return into formal banking system during the demonetization period.
Here's Jimmy Mbogo with that report.
It was a process aimed at securing the dignity of the Kenyan currency and rid the economy of ill-gotten wealth. And 124 days down the line, the central bank was seemingly satisfied with the success of the exercise, with over 3,000 bank accounts being flagged and several others being closed over suspicious transactions. According to the central bank governor, Dr. Patrick Njoroge, the regulator was receiving weekly reports on bank transactions, prompting 15 banks to be placed under close monitoring.
The bank accounts that have been shut, yes, there has been. The measures that were put in place, the MLCFT measures, have been very effective. I mean, there are 3,000, but they need to be dealt with in the same way. Remember, the issue with the STIs is not just the information on the STI itself. It is being connected with other bits of information from other sources.
Over the 4-month period, the central bank was able to lock out 7.4 billion shillings in illicit wealth from the economy after mopping up 209 million pieces out of the 217 pieces of the old 1,000 shillings note that were targeted. The regulator said a huge proportion of Kenyans who were holding cash had opted to bank their money, significantly reducing the amount of money in circulation. The central bank has so far released only 149.7 million pieces of the new 1,000 shillings note, with over 60 million pieces being withheld.
So if you look at deposits have gone up by that amount. But that's perfectly okay. If I have cash in my pocket, I can have it in my pocket and use it for whatever transactions, or I can put it in my bank account and use it for whatever, the same transactions. It's perfectly okay. There's absolutely no hindrance. Clearly, there are people that were holding cash that really didn't need to hold cash.
Jimmy Mbogo, K24 Evening Edition.
Now, from Jimmy Mbogo's report that was filed during our K24's Evening Edition, we need to cross over to our reporter Kegoto Mwangi, who's joining us live from Nakuru with an update in as far as what we can expect from his end today. Kegoto?
Indeed, Sam Njoroge, it's a rather sunny morning from the hills of Nakuru County, where we are coming to you live in today's brief. And joining me are the officials, some of the CECs in the cabinet of the county of Nakuru and MCAs in this area, to just touch on the issue of Nakuru being a city. Remember, we sought their input last week, but we were never able to get them. But today, at least we have gotten some of them who are going to put across their input and also to tell us exactly if they are ready to be a city, and if they are ready, then what are some of the measures they have put across so that they can be able to live up to this name. With me here is former CEC Lance, and she's going to introduce herself and maybe tell us what exactly to expect from Nakuru if it becomes a city. Karibu sana, and may I request you start with your name and tell us what are some of the steps that you have taken.
Thank you very much. My name is Engineer Lucy Karaoke. I'm CC for Youth, Gender, Culture, Sports and Social Services. Yes, previously have been the CC for Roads, Transport and Public Works, and also for Lands, Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development. For sure, we are eagerly waiting for Nakuru municipality to become Nakuru city. And with this comes many benefits. Part of it is that there is a lot of money out there from the national government, from development partners that is specifically assigned for cities. And currently, when we are in municipality, an example is when we are a municipality, we qualify for the Kenya Urban Support Program. But when we get to a city, we will get to higher funding from national government, from international partners and people, World Bank and other banks internationally. And therefore, we will have a chance to improve our infrastructure. We will have a chance to make it a better place to live in.
As we speak, are we ready to host? Are we ready in terms of infrastructure, in terms of land, in terms of room for expansion?
It's true that for the law stipulates the minimum requirement for a municipality to become a city. And when we looked at it, when the municipal board came into place, they looked at the schedule that outlines the basic minimum that a municipality qualifies to go to become a city. And Nakuru County qualified in all categories. From there, they brought that to the cabinet, and the cabinet approved, and it is a requirement that a special committee is formed of 6 people who went round taking people's views on the same, and we qualified in all aspects to become. For sure, the aspects of drainages, aspect of theatres, aspect of road network, water, the capacity for the municipality to be able to generate its own revenue and sustain itself, and all those we qualified as a municipality to become a city.
You are one of the MCS. Thank you very much, Madam CC. And you are one of the MCS in the area. Maybe, are we ready, in your perspective as a leader in this area, are we ready to be a city?
Thank you. My name is Dr. Peter Mbaye, MCA for Kambazi. One, I want to say we are ready. Actually, Nakuru ought to have been a city 10 years ago. Why? Because when Kisumu was becoming a city, it was just simply a town. The former president just landed there one day and said it's going to be a city. Now, from there, that's when the city began attracting a lot of attention, including UN agencies and other international agencies who are interested in a city. So what we want to assure Nakuru people is that we, as the people who have been born here, we have to support our town or our municipality to become a city. That is historical. We must take this moment. Now, what we want to assure also the business people in Nakuru, there has been word that once we become a city, there's going to be higher rates. No rate is going to be passed for anybody to pay without going through the assembly. And we are here to represent the people. A lot of times what has happened, even currently, when some section of traders feel that their rates are too high, they come back to us and we are just downwards. So we want to give that assurance. Now, the report that has been, that the ad hoc report committee is now with the assembly. We are looking at it. We have gone to Kisumu and Nairobi to benchmark to see what the challenges they are going through, the ones that normally we know they are going to come up with. So what we are doing is to encourage the executive to make sure that they are alive to these challenges, like you mentioned, transport, the sewerage, water systems has going to be addressed. But we want to tell, especially the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. I saw some reports. They are trying to say we are not ready. Actually, the biggest beneficiaries will be the traders, those Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Now, when it becomes a city, the cost of living here or spending a night here is going to be higher than like Kisumu, Mombasa, and Nairobi. So they need hotels. Actually, they should be running to put up hotels, to put up a lot of catering facilities. Now, one last thing I want to mention. I come from a rural community. That is Kabazi, where 90% do agriculture. Now, these are the people we are also trying to tell. Can you plan yourself? Can you schedule yourself? Because you are going to supply the food that is going to be needed in a city. In terms of infrastructure, we are happy that we have an airport coming. Now, Nakuru is going to join other worlds where you can draft from here. You jump to Entebbe, you jump to Kigali, you jump to Mombasa, you jump to other countries. Those are the prospects we are seeing, and we are very happy that once this Nakuru become a dual also, transport and everything is going to be easy. We are supporting this thing.
And last but not least, we are going to be speaking to Weseges MCA. Kiamaina MCA, sorry. How are you going to benefit as MCA who is within the town?
Oh, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say that Mohammed Jambo Kenya. I serve a peri-urban ward called Kiamaina. Just hear about the proximity of my ward to town is some few kilometers. In fact, even the matatus or the public service vehicles charges the town service. And also in the assembly, I'm the deputy majority whip. First of all, I would like to say I'm pretty sure that we shall benefit as the people of Kiamaina, because being a peri-urban ward, I strongly believe the people I represent will want to be enjoined to become part of the city, to join the municipal, such that even when the other municipal centers are benefiting from the Kenya Urban Support Program, the World Bank donations, and even a lot of ward fund, so that they improve on the drainage, they improve on the road network, the infrastructure-wise. We shall be benefiting. Yes. Yeah.
Nairobi is one of the cities, as we finish, that has a problem of maybe waste management and also street children and other things. Do you think as Nakuru you will overcome these challenges?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank the county government and the executive. They have already come up with a public participation on waste management, especially on the Kyoto. on the street urchins. We already have the meningai dropping centers. We are planning to have the rehabilitation center at Joro, whereby for those street urchins who are using drugs, who are on drugs, they shall be able to be rehabilitated. And of course, the problem of the street urchins will be things of the past.
There you have it, Sam Njoroge and Shiksha Arora from Nakuru County, the leaders here, the CEC lands, the former CEC lands, and also MCAs are for the municipality becoming a city, and they are saying that they are going to benefit a lot in terms of investment, in terms of foreign donors, in terms of infrastructure, and also the funding from national government. Giving examples with Kisumu and Mombasa, and now Nairobi, we will be having 4 cities in Kenya. It is a report that we will be filing soon as a feature so that we can be able to examine exactly what are the people saying, what are the leaders saying, and what are the experts saying. In the course of the day, we will be interacting with Mutumba sellers. This day being a TBT, we are going to be looking at the challenges they go through and what they remember when they started, what they are doing in Nakuru County. From Nakuru County, my name is Kigodho Mwangi. My camera person is John Wangombe. I take you back to Sam Njoroge and Shiksha Arora as we call it a day today from Nakuru.
Thank you, Kigodho, for that. A quick question, though. What makes them believe, that is the CECs, that they are ready to achieve a city status?
There's a question that has been asked by my senior Sam Njoroge. He's asking, what makes you think that you have achieved that name or the status of being a city?
The basic minimum is the population. As per our population of 2009, we had already met the threshold of 250 people within. We are expecting that in these census that has just been completed, we will be more than 500,000 people residing in Nakuru. In terms of infrastructure, we have a lot of infrastructure that we have laid in place, improvement in drainages, improvement in sanitation. We have gotten a donor partner, to be able to improve on all our infrastructure here. In terms of congestion, we are proposing, and we are in tandem with Kenya National Highway, to have a bypass within Nakuru, and also during within Nakuru Center, within Nakuru Municipality, Nakuru Town, we will have a viaduct crossing over in terms of ensuring that we have smooth road network within Nakuru. When we come to sports, we want to ensure that Nakuru becomes a sport destination. We are promoting sport tourism in Nakuru. We have put money for our Furaha Stadium to be upgraded into an international standard, and we'll have a conferencing center that is able to hold like 20-30,000, and with that we are going to be able to promote even many business forums coming to Nakuru.
Thank you.
Yes.
My directors, Shege Kariuki and Neville, you don't have to worry about the bypass that has been said. You have been always asking, what about that bridge that was inakuanga hapo, inakuanga ya reli? Well done. That one will be taken care of. You don't have to worry in case you want to visit Nakuru. Back to you, Sam Njoroge, and in case you have any question from these leaders, I'll be right here if you have those questions.
Thank you very much, Kigodho Mwangi. By the way, I'd just like to take a moment to congratulate you for your good work. Now, the story that you had highlighted with regards to cerebral palsy, it did not go to deaf ears. And of course, the county government has actually taken some action and has provided wheelchairs. So national government has provided wheelchairs. So congratulations on the job well done.
Absolutely, not to mention former Nakuru County Governor Kenneth Mbogwa did indicate that he will make sure that that lady gets a job, and the children get the money that they deserve. You know, one of the issues was that disbursement that was supposed to go to them could not get to them at the end of the day. So CS Margaret Kobia, Gender, Public Affairs and Youth, thank you so much for heeding to the call of those residents in Nakuru County.
All right, of course, now we are going to be giving you the latest with regards to what has been going on in Mombasa, where hopes of retrieving the bodies of a woman and her daughter who drowned after their vehicle slipped off a ferry and plunged into the Indian Ocean on Sunday continue to fade after divers failed to identify the exact location of the vehicle yesterday.
Now, earlier, divers from a multi-agency team had managed to deploy an amphibian robot at 9 locations, but were hampered due to poor visibility. We're going to be taking this story after this short break, so keep it right here. This is the Daily Brief, and we will be back in a moment.